I'm Albert Marion. I'm hospital corpsman first class. They called me back in for Korea. And my first duty station was Astoria, Oregon. And I was, before I got there, before this happened, I was living in a park model, not a park model, but a trailer, and that I owned. And I would hook up the bottled gas, and for some reason or other, it didn't hold the pressure back and let it all go in the house. And I had an oil stove in those days in the trailers, and it blew up. My wife, luckily, was out at the neighbor's house. My two daughters were in there, and they got blown burnt. I couldn't get in the front door. My buddy went to the back door, got in, and we could have run around the other side of the trailer. It was all blown out. And the two girls were burnt, and the Salvation Army come, don't worry, we'll pay for the hospital bill. There was so many, I contribute to them every year. So when I got down to, I got a month's stay. The American Cross got me a delay in orders. And then when I get down to Astoria, my wife had her last child, Astoria, Oregon, that was the naval base there. And she started hemorrhaging. I about lost her. They give her 19 pints of blood. I says, I can't afford to get out. I joined the regular Navy right there. And I spent 3 years there and worked in the surgery, and I loved that. And Lord and behold, I got orders to go to Camp Pendleton down in Oceanside, California. I joined the Navy to have a bed to sleep in, not to sleep on the ground. But I went through their school there for us, and they sent me to Korea. But when I got to Korea, the war was over with already. But they took good care of me, and I was a company corpsman. I had a tent there, and I had 3 corpsmen out with each platoon out on the line. And my wife used to send a chocolate powder over to me, and I love hot chocolate, and I had a stove, oil stove in there, but we had to turn off at 10 o'clock every night. And so the guards going up and down at nighttime, and I had a communication bunker next to me. I used to give them hot chocolate because I had the hot water on the stove all the time. And of course, I turned the stove off at 10 o'clock at night. So the guys in the communication there, they'd always come over and light my stove in the morning. They'd keep it warm. We had to turn it off. Think of these poor guys in the war that fight on a cold. We lost a lot of guys over there during the war with frostbite and stuff like that. But they light the old stove up for me so it was warm when I got up in the morning. But like I say, I think it was only 9 months there, and they shipped me back to the States. That way I came back to the whole Marine Division. And when I got down there, I decided to go to lab school. They sent me back to New Bedford, Bethesda, Maryland. I was there for 18 months going to lab school. And from the lab school, they sent me up to Newport, Rhode Island. And I was there 3 to 4 years too. And this other fellow and I went up there. He was on a destroyer tender, and I was on the Naval Hospital there. And we needed extra work, so we worked in the hospital town. We took, after work, I forgot what time we worked. We went to 6 o'clock till 6 in the morning or something like 7. He'd take it one night, or I'd take it at night, so we had to have the duties. So I used to do that way. And let's see, I got orders to go down to Virginia to school, and I called UMed and said, gee, I want to go back to the West Coast. If any chance I could go there, and they did. They sent me back to San Diego. They were wanting me to go to the Hospital Corps Advanced School there. So they sent me to San Diego. I lived in my trailer house there for a while, then I bought a house there in Nassau City. And we went to Advanced Hospital Corps School there. And then they decided to want to go to submarine school. They sent me back to New London. I went to advanced med school there. I had a lot of schooling in the service. And then they went to sub school, and they sent me back to San Diego where my wife was there, and that was great. they sent me to the Spinix. And I was on that for 2 years.